like to introduce my next guest, who is Brian Injairo. So Brian is 19 years, and like John, he also says the same thing. He believes in playing the field, monogamy for who? He's young, he wants to have fun. Please help me welcome Brian to the show. Brian,
yeah.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
So umesikia hayo yote John amekuwa akisema.
Yeah.
Unakubaliana naye?
Yeah, nakubaliana naye.
So tell me, at 19, you're saying that commitment is not in the cards, which could be fine at your age, but it depends, yeah? Ideally, what's your dating life like?
It has been horrible.
Horrible how?
Like, you move from one chick to another, you leave her with lots of stress and all that. Yeah.
So, how many girlfriends have you had?
Countless.
Give me a number, 20, 30?
More than that.
More than 30, at 19.
Yeah.
So, when you say you've had girlfriends, are these people that you have been intimate with?
Yeah.
So, more than 30 girls at 19?
Yeah.
When did you start being sexually active?
Around class 6.
Class 6, how old were you in class 6?
12.
12.
Yeah.
And is it something that, why did you start being, mbona ulifungua duka ukiwa na 12 years at class 6?
Okay, nile time napata mnaanza kufunzwa kuhusu reproductive system. So like nile uko na ile hamu nda kujua nini. Nda kufuatilia kabisa ujue. Yeah.
And John, what about you? When did you start kufungua duka? Which age?
Like class 5 hapo.
So that's around age 11, 12 as well?
Yeah, 11.
11, 12. Why did you start?
First of all, like, it's all about nature.
What do you mean nature?
Environment.
Uh-huh.
As in namaanisha nature, when I talk about nature, I mean the way the environment around you.
So everyone around you, your friends and your peers, they were all wamefungua duka wote?
Like our generation, it's a digital era. We have everything around us. Ona. It's called service on the table. As in nakuletea kwa meza, you have it. Ona. You can use your simu nini like unaochi hizi vitu, unaona. So like when you go back at home, we used to have those soaps, blah blah blah, unaona. Like kuna porn sites, you view everything, unaona. Like you see everything. So like you want to try. Now I can tell you one thing, like, do you know why it's called buffet? You know buffet, it's a group of foods, no, different kind of foods. You taste one, no, like you make a queue, you take like a kuku, gold nyama, spinach, no, like
with the poets.
Umepanga hapo unachagua one by one, no.
So
that's why, so like you can't taste, huwezi ishi na mtu mmoja for January to December, utachoka, unaona. Lazima, well, first of all, when you go intimate with someone, the next minute ushaanza kumchukia.
Okay. Let me ask Brian a question. Brian,
yeah.
Do you think that your parents know that umefungua duka?
They don't know.
Well, now they know. So, and maybe to you, Brian, you know, in everyone's life, usually at a stage in your life, your parents will talk to you about sex. You know, trying to explain to you, what is sex? When do you have sex? So did anyone ever have that conversation with you outside of school?
Yeah. My uncles, my mom. I was in a group of GNC, guiding and counseling. They talked to me, but no.
Kuinaingia
hapa inatokea huku. Like unatoka huko nje, napatana na maboys nini, naonana na wasichana wasema, wow, damn.
Okay. And what about you? Did anyone talk to you about sex when you were younger?
Yeah. Like several times. My grandmother, my mother, they've been talking to me. No, it's all upon me to decide, not them. They just give you advice. You know what is good, you take. You know what is bad, you leave. No, they can't force you to take that advice.
So if I had to ask the both of you, do you think in your family setting, how you were raised up, were you brought up with the mentality that you must be a virgin till marriage? Maybe let's start with you, Brian.
Yeah.
You were taught from home that, Brian, you have to wait till marriage.
Till marriage.
What about you?
Me too, but environment didn't allow.
So that was like preaching, water, lakini kila mtu anakunywa wine.
That's old days. Now we are in another era. This era you can't tell someone like wait till marriage. No, it can't be. You will go to high school, there is funky, blah blah blah. There are no parents there. They can't guide you. They can't be there to tell you do this, do that. When you go to campus, you face like real life.
Right.
So you'll do anything you want.
Is there anyone in this audience, and as a man, you can actually say that, Tamima, I broke my virginity when I was over 18, or I'm still a virgin?
As I had earlier introduced myself, I believe in that. I've been raised in a society where my mom tells me everything will come at its time. And at over 18, I felt that I was an adult and I joined the university, where I believe at first I know someone that I love, but as for now, I can say there is someone, and that's when I broke my virginity, over 18 years. At least when I'm a bit responsible.
Okay, let's hear from you.
My name is Ernest Womboy, and I waited for sex until marriage. I've been married for 7 years now, and I grew up in similar environments like these young men, exposed to all this. I struggled with pornography for such a long time. I was addicted. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to talk to. It's a very embarrassing thing.
So,
and
Ernest,
I know what it means to struggle, but yet there are certain things that I was taught by older men and certain things that I was taught by the people around me that made a difference despite the mistakes that I made, all right? So I realized a few things in my own life. That one, there are many men here who no one has ever taught them to be a man. No one has ever taught you to be a man. Your father was probably absent, and if he was present, he was a bad dad. And so the only thing that taught you to be a man is television. What did television tell you? Jack Bauer, violence. What did television tell you? James Bond, multiple women. And you get to a point where you do want to settle down. You may say right now, oh, Mr. Kiku settle down. A time will come when you'll want to. And right now, my wife and I run an organization called the Relationship Center, and we'll tell you the number of men that we counsel who tell me the mistakes they made in their teens and in their 20s, how they regret. It's amazing. 2/3 of depression cases are men. 2/3 of suicide cases are men. When you go to the root of them, it's not that these men have struggled, but it's really because no one really taught them how to be men.
Absolutely. Okay, on that note, we'll be taking a very quick break. Don't go too far. This conversation still continues here on Real Talk.
Instance unapata most of us men tunaogopa commitment.
So najua tu maeria zenye nitaenda so 10 minutes mimi nimemaliza.
The choices we make can give you that chance. It's a free world, yeah? But what about your character?
So can we make decisions now that later in life will not come back to impact us and maybe have a terrible effect?